World Series time. It is 5:57 Eastern Standard Time, and first pitch for Game 1 of the World Series is in about 2 hours. I got one of my picks right in Houston making it to the World Series, but by no means did I think Philadelphia was going to make it this far, and I am pleasantly surprised by this team. Absolutely. I'll go into better detail on the entire 2022 postseason field at a later date, but for right now, I want to give you guys my predictions on the 2022 World Series. Now, I would not be surprised if either the Houston Astros or the Phillies came out on top in this World Series, because I feel like it's going to be a fun and very competitive series no matter how many games it goes. The Phillies got hot at the right time. Bryce Harper is what makes that team go. Kyle Schwarber's just been hitting nukes. Aaron Nola and Zach Wheeler have been probably the best 1-2 punch in this postseason. And absolutely, Zach Wheeler, this guy has been an absolute stud, and he's been by means probably the best pitcher in this postseason by a long stretch. The path to the World Series goes through Houston if you're an American League team, and that continued this year. These guys are undefeated in the postseason, and all this with Jose Altuve having the worst stretch of his postseason career. But it's been the other guys, even like Jazz McCormick. You got a lot of the unknowns and a lot of guys that people probably wouldn't widely recognize carrying the team, as well as some of the big names as Kyle Tucker and Yordan Alvarez, picking up the slack that Jose Altuve, I feel, will shake out of in this World Series. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if the Phillies win their first World Series championship in 14 years, or the Astros win their second championship since 2017. And my prediction for the 2022 World Series is that I got the Houston Astros in 5 games. The reason I say it is in regards to this postseason, the Astros have had an answer for every team that they have faced. These guys had an answer for Seattle. They had an answer for the Yankees, and that turned out into a sweep. They actually just crushed the Yankees. Undefeated in the postseason, and they've been behind in games, and that hasn't stopped them. They have found ways to get those runs in and to be able to produce in clutch moments. Philadelphia shocked me, and I'm not counting them out by any stretch of the imagination. And by all means, I will be more than happy if they prove me wrong and take down the Astros to become World Series champions. I have Philadelphia taking a game because these guys are absolutely just going to throw the first haymaker out there. I honestly believe they'll probably win Game 1. And if Philadelphia turns out to become your World Series champions, Philadelphia will become a war zone. The championship DNA of Houston, I feel it's long overdue that they win another World Series. It's their 4th time in 6 years, but I want them to do it right this time. For World Series MVP, if the Houston wins, I'll say Jose Altuve, but if Philadelphia wins, Kyle Schwarber.